Picture this. Two runners. Same fitness level. Same training plan. But one glides effortlessly while the other struggles with every step. What's the difference? You might think it's genetics. Or maybe luck. But here's the truth that millions of runners ignore. Technique changes everything. Stay with me, because what you're about to discover could transform your running forever. And the science behind it? Absolutely mind-blowing. Welcome to a journey that will challenge everything you thought you knew about running. Today we're diving deep into one of running's most debated questions. Does technique actually matter? Or can you just lace up and go? Prepare to discover why elite athletes obsess over tiny movements, why your body might be working against you right now, and how simple adjustments could unlock speed and endurance you never knew you had. This isn't just theory. This is science meets real-world results. Let's begin. Here's something fascinating. Running is supposed to be natural, right? Humans evolved to run long distances. Our ancestors were persistence hunters. But here's the paradox. Just because something is natural doesn't mean we're doing it efficiently. Think about walking. Everyone can walk. But watch people in a crowded street. Some bounce up and down with every step, wasting energy fighting gravity. Others glide smoothly, their center of mass barely moving vertically. Running magnifies these differences exponentially. Studies show that runners with poor technique can waste up to 30% more energy than those with optimized form. 30%! Imagine running a marathon but only needing to cover 18 miles worth of effort. The human body is brilliant, but it adapts to whatever pattern you teach it. If you've been running with inefficient mechanics for years, your body has built strength and neural pathways around those flawed patterns. Your body doesn't know what's optimal, it only knows what's familiar. This is where technique becomes crucial. Every foot strike sends force through your body equivalent to 2 to 3 times your body weight. Multiply that by thousands of steps per run, and suddenly those small inefficiencies become massive loads on your joints, muscles, and energy systems. Research from biomechanics labs reveals something striking. Elite runners don't just train harder, they move differently. Their ground contact time is shorter, their cadence is higher, their vertical oscillation is minimal. These aren't random differences. They're the result of refined technique that minimizes energy waste and maximizes forward propulsion. But here's what makes this truly important. Poor technique doesn't just slow you down. It sets you up for injury. Now ponder this for a moment. How many steps do you take in a typical run? 5,000? 8,000? If each step has a small mechanical flaw, you're compounding that error thousands of times. Comment below. Technique matters. If this is making sense so far. Let's talk about something every runner fears: injury. Studies indicate that up to 70% of runners get injured every single year. That's not a small number. That's a crisis. And here's the uncomfortable truth that many don't want to hear. Most running injuries aren't from bad luck or overtraining alone. They're from running incorrectly, repeatedly. Consider the most common running injuries: runner's knee, shin splints, plantar fasciitis, IT band syndrome, Achilles tendonitis. What do they all have in common? They're overuse injuries caused by repetitive stress in the wrong places. Overstriding is a perfect example. When your foot lands too far in front of your body, you're essentially braking with every step. This creates a massive impact force that travels up through your shin, knee, and hip. Do this 8,000 times in a single run, and your body starts breaking down. But when you fix your technique, landing with your foot closer to your center of mass, that braking force diminishes dramatically. The impact becomes manageable. Your body can handle it. Physical therapists and sports medicine doctors see this pattern constantly. A runner comes in with chronic knee pain. They analyze the gait. They find overstriding or hip drop or excessive inward knee rotation. Fix the technique and suddenly the pain disappears. Not because of fancy treatments or expensive equipment, simply because the body is finally moving the way it was designed to move. There's also the concept of load management. Your tissues can adapt to stress, but only if that stress is applied correctly and progressively. Poor technique creates uneven load distribution. Some structures get overloaded while others are underutilized. This imbalance is a recipe for breakdown. Good technique distributes forces evenly across multiple joints and muscle groups. No single structure bears too much burden. Everything works in harmony. The runners who stay healthy year after year aren't just lucky. They've developed movement patterns that their bodies can sustain. Here's a question for you. Have you ever dealt with a running injury that just wouldn't go away? Type yes in the comments and let me know which injury troubled you most. You're not alone in this struggle. Now let's get to what really excites runners. Getting faster. You can build enormous aerobic capacity. You can develop powerful legs. But if your technique is holding you back, you'll never reach your true potential. Think of it like driving a car with the parking brake partially engaged. The engine might be powerful, but you're fighting against yourself. Elite runners understand this instinctively. Watch footage of world-class marathoners. Their form looks effortless, almost floating. But that ease comes from mechanical efficiency. Every movement serves a purpose. Nothing is wasted. Consider cadence, the number of steps per minute. Research consistently shows that optimal cadence for most runners falls between 170 and 180 steps per minute. Why? Because higher cadence typically means shorter ground contact time and reduced vertical oscillation. You spend less time pushing up and more time pushing forward. Many recreational runners shuffle along at 150 steps per minute or lower. That's not just slower, it's mechanically inefficient. Increasing cadence by even 5 to 10% can improve running economy significantly. You cover the same distance with less energy expenditure. Then there's posture. A slight forward lean from the ankles, not the waist, allows gravity to assist your forward momentum. Your core stays engaged, providing a stable platform for your limbs to work from. Contrast this with runners who lean back slightly or run too upright. They're essentially running uphill even on flat ground, fighting against gravitational forces. Arm swing matters too. Your arms counterbalance your legs. Proper arm mechanics. Reduce torso rotation and maintain forward momentum. Poor arm movement wastes energy on side-to-side motion instead of propulsion. Here's something remarkable. Studies on running economy show that technique improvements can enhance performance by 3 to 5% without any change in fitness. For a 4-hour marathoner, that's 7 to 10 minutes, just from moving better. Professional runners work with coaches who analyze every detail of their form. They use video analysis, force plates, and motion capture technology. But you don't need expensive equipment to improve. Awareness and focused practice can create significant changes. The runners who break through performance plateaus aren't always the ones who train more. Often, they're the ones who train smarter by refining their technique. Think about this carefully. What aspect of your running form have you never really paid attention to? Comment now. Form check needed if you're ready to analyze your own technique. So, is running technique really important? The evidence speaks clearly. Absolutely yes. Technique determines your efficiency, protects you from injury, and unlocks performance you might not have believed possible. But here's the beautiful part. Technique is something you can improve at any stage of your running journey. Whether you're a beginner or a veteran, there's always room to refine your movement. The body is remarkably adaptable. With awareness, patience, and consistent practice, you can rewire movement patterns that have been years in the making. Your running journey doesn't have to include chronic pain or frustrating plateaus. Better movement creates better experiences and better results. As you head out for your next run, pay attention. Feel how your feet strike the ground. Notice your posture. Observe your breathing pattern. Small awareness leads to small adjustments. Small adjustments compound into massive improvements. If this video opened your eyes to the power of technique, smash that like button right now. Subscribe to this channel for more running science and practical strategies. Drop a comment telling me, what's one technique element you're going to focus on in your next run? And don't stop here. Click the video on your screen to continue this journey. We're just getting started with unlocking your running potential. Remember, every run is an opportunity to move better, feel better, and become the runner you're meant to be. Now get out there and run with purpose. See you in the next one.